I can't believe it is already night 3 of free agency. Joe Douglas goes out, makes a nice trade for this team today, brings in tackle Morgan Moses, who was actually with the Jets for a little, signed him to Baltimore. Ton of success. Co-host Joseph will be joining us at 7 o'clock for episode 2 of Gang Green Gossip, but I decided to hop on a little early and talk more about free agency. Let's roll.
Jets, Jets, let's go.
Jets wide receiver Wesley Walker. Wesley, how you doing today? ESPN writer Mr. Rich Cimini, Jets reporter for The Athletic, Mr. Zach Rosenblatt, Hall of Famer and Jets legend Mr. Marty Lyons.
Your host, Connor Law.
Well, Joe Douglas had a good day today, I'd say. Go out, trade Morgan Moses. Go out, bring back Thomas Morstead, 2-year extension for the incredible punter coming off an incredible year. And then obviously, you know the usual. You know the Tyrod Taylor. You know the Javon Kinlaw. You know the John Simpson. You know the Lakey Fotu. Hope we can get some more tonight. Hope. We can get some more tonight. Want some more news to talk about as probably Morgan Moses trade has probably been the biggest headline, in my opinion, so far, free agency. So interesting with that. But bringing Morstead back is great. We knew that needed to happen. And in this contract, he couldn't negotiate it today. 2-year, $5 million contract gets done the first day. They can legally negotiate because of his contract. He played on like a vet minimum last year. So it had to do with like a clause in the contract. But that aside, we got it done. We did. Next step is bringing Hardy back, and then we'll have that full special teams unit back. But guys, I don't know if you saw, but Calvin Ridley, boy, did he get paid. 4 years, $92 million. Guys, submit your questions, comments, anything Jets related. Would love to hear what you guys have to say on the news. And if you guys would like to call into the show, I am putting that in the chat right now. So if you guys would like to call into the show, just put that in the chat. Definitely go check it out. Interested to hear what you guys have to say, because I don't know how a lot of Jets fans could hate the Morgan Moses trade. Like, that trade, really good trade in my opinion. But now Ridley's off the board at wide receiver. Rich Cimini I had on the show yesterday, and he was saying he doesn't really see them going after Sutton. Mike Williams was cut today. I think Mike Williams is the way the Jets go, personally. With all what Cimini said, and now that he's cut or released, basically free agent now, don't have to trade for him, I don't know why he wouldn't be the answer for the Jets. One bad ACL injury. Other than that, he has been spot on. So definitely someone to keep your eye on. Think he's a name Jets fans definitely need to watch. But Ridley did get overpaid. Rich Cimini said it firsthand last night that someone was going to overpay for Ridley. And what did someone do? They overpaid for Ridley. Would never have paid Ridley that money, and I wouldn't want to commit to him for 4 years. Happy the Jets did not do that. Really happy, honestly, the Jets did not go out and not waste that money, but spend that type of money on a player like Ridley. Still think Mike Williams is the clear cut. Tyler Boyd, maybe. Please no MVS. That would be such a Jets move to go get out and get MVS. That would be such a Jets move. Hope that doesn't happen. Hunter Renfrow, someone to look at, guys. Just refreshing on Twitter. Hopefully, gonna hear some good Joe Douglas news in the next few minutes. I know that's really unrealistic, but hopefully, praying. Hope. Here's something good. I really want a big addition tonight. I know I've said it every day, but I feel like, I don't know. I want them to go out and make a wide receiver move. I really want them to go out and make a wide receiver move. That's what I want them to do tonight. Get their wide receiver, secure it. The market, I mean, the market right now is freaking crazy. I mean, free agency teams couldn't officially sign contracts. Players couldn't officially sign contracts with teams until today because it marked the new league year. And boy, most of the players are already off the board. Like the really solid ones, the really solid options. Most of those guys are off the board at this point, which is just freaking crazy. The legal tampering period opened on Monday, and we are on Wednesday, and most of the players are off the board. Crazy. Ricky and why? I'm heading to work. Just wanted to stop in and say, keep up the good work. Go Jets. Oh, and get Mike Williams. Thank you, Ricky. Appreciate all the support. Have a good night. Have a good time at work. And yes, totally agree with what you're saying. Go get Mike Williams. Just do it. Just do it. Don't need to give anything up. You do need to pay him. But you don't need to trade anything. Don't need to trade anything. He's a free agent now. Don't need to trade anything for him. That can't be the excuse. Had to give up a draft pick for him. No, we don't. It's a free agent right now. There are some. I'm looking at this right now. I mean, Hollywood Brown's still available. Chase Claypool, maybe. I don't see the Jets. When we were talking about this earlier on in the offseason, we thought the Jets were going to be like a T. Higgins, Mike Evans kind of team. Now we're really lowering it down, which is crazy. Like these guys are not really expensive players if you really think about it. Snowball. So we have right guard and left tackle open. What's your opinion on AVT playing left tackle? If I'm being completely honest, I don't really want to see him at left tackle. Rather keep him at guard where he's comfortable. That's his main position. Move things around. Play him where he's comfortable. Go there. Leave him there. Draft a left tackle in the draft. Fashanu, Fuaga. Hopefully all comes to you, even though that's slim to not. Gotta hope that happens. Hope. But I want to see AVT at guard. I want to see him at his comfortable, his main position. I've pinned the comment in the chat if you guys would like to call into the show. Would love to hear your opinion on all things Jets offseason. But yeah, if you're just coming in, Ridley got a bag. My opinion is happy the Jets didn't pay him that. Happy the Jets did not pay him that. I mean, 4 years, $92 million for a player of his caliber, in my opinion, is just out of this world. Ryder and Talon's pa. Who would you rather sign, Tyron Smith or Mike Williams? So, break this down. Actually, pretty good question, just because of the need in both positions. If I'm looking right now, I'm probably going to say Mike Williams. Tyron Smith is very talented. Tyron Smith, very talented player, but I think we're going to draft a left tackle, and I wouldn't want to pay him that much money, honestly, at this point. And Mike Williams, I mean, you can get him. You don't need to trade anything for him now. Wide receiver twos are going like no tomorrow on this market. Lock him in for next year. You got him. Pair him with Garrett Wilson, and I really like him. I think he's a solid player. NY Jets superfan. What's up, boys? Go Jets. Good to see you. NY Jets superfan. I told you, Connor, to relax. Things would go well. You were right there, NY Jets superfan. I was a little panicked the last few days, but still want to see more. Don't stop now. Jets. I don't want the Jets to stop now. Still have a lot of holes to fill. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to go back to Snowball's questions. Snowball, type in the chat what you think about this. I just came up with a little idea in my head. Kind of shuffled it around a little. Here's the plan. What if we move Tittman out to left tackle, put Zeitler at right guard, put Zeitler at right guard, and then you draft a playmaker like Bowers. I don't know. Just kind of came up with that off the top of my head. Tell me what you guys think about that. Not a bad idea, not a horrible idea if you really think about it, because only thing I wouldn't like about that is you'd put Titman at not Titman, you put AVT at tackle. Not too big on putting AVT at tackle. Rather keep him where he's comfortable. But yeah, guys, hopefully break some good Jets news on this stream. Hopefully we could see a signing live on stream. Hoping that can happen. Hoping that can happen. Last night, we were talking about it with Samini. Joe Douglas did not work night hours last night. He was awake during the day today. Wasn't sleeping. He was awake. He made a trade during the day. He did not work night hours as he did not sign anyone last night. Good to see you, Wildwave. Bauer starting to scare me. Did he participate in his pro day? Heard he had a hamstring. Let me check that. I'm just not all in on taking a tight end in the top 10. You know, I hope he did not. Wildwave, he did not go. He did not participate in his pro day. Didn't participate in his pro day, so yeah, I didn't. Hamstring injury, you said? Yeah, hamstring. So that's something definitely to keep a tab on. There are guys like Neighbors though who are still solid. Neighbors is very good. Let me take that back. Neighbors is very good. I think we'd be lucky if Neighbors falls to 10. I can't see Neighbors falling to 10. Snowball. I like the way ABT played left tackle against Pittsburgh. Playing him at left tackle gives us a great flexibility. The left side was his original side. Okay, I'm not going to argue with that. But now with that, who would you draft? Who would you take in the draft? Would you still get a Fashanu or Fwaga? Because I can't see the Jets doing that. I can't see the Jets, if they move AVT out to tackle, draft one of those guys. So who would you see them drafting then? Wildwave. Neighbors is extremely good. Also Roswell. Neighbors is a very solid player. Smaller guy, but still, very, very solid guy. Odunze, I'd probably take over Neighbors. That's just me though, but he's definitely gonna go before. I definitely see Odunze going before the Jets. 100%. I 100% Odunze. Was it? I don't know if it was Jeremiah or Brooks who had what's his name? Odunze going at 3, which is, I don't see him going at 3, but guys, we got 100 people in here. Thank you for all the support. NY Jets superfan. Linebackers and safeties are not making big money. I say cut CJ Mosley and free up $18 million. I'd sign RB Zeke and Zeke LB. Oh no, Devin White. Oh, linebackers. Devin White, wide receiver Tyler Boyd, and any safety. So you'd cut CJ Mosley. I don't see the Jets doing that just because of the leadership. Like, free up $18 million would be great, but I just don't see the Jets doing that. Just don't see the Jets doing that, all because he's such a big leader. I think Boyd's a good option. Boyd's a good option for this team. Any safety, this safety free agent class is insanely deep. Insanely deep. And the Jets can literally get anyone at any price for safety. Anyone at any price. The safety class is historically good, which is nice. And then Zeke at running back, I've heard a lot of speculation about that. I could see that. Wild Wave. Odunze is going to be really good, just needs a coach to help him polish his skill set. Yeah, he's also raw too, Wild Wave. 6'3" he is. But, I mean, that guy can make plays. Very, very solid player from Washington. Let's see, the safety, a good amount of them were signed, but let's see the head names. Justin Simmons, Buda Baker, Eddie Jackson, Quandre Diggs, Micah Hyde. Ooh. What do you guys... Here. What would you guys think about a Marcus May reunion? I know he kind of went out Not leaving off too great with this organization, but how would you feel about a Marcus May reunion? Haven't talked to anyone about that yet, but personally I wouldn't rule that out. But again, there's sources that know a lot more than me when it comes to this stuff. But if you're asking me, I personally wouldn't rule it out. And you have a guy like Cam Curl, I'm looking at right now, Ashton Davis. I still think they're gonna bring back Ashton Davis. Terrell Edmonds, Deshaun Elliott. Those are just the big names. Terrell Burgess, Rodney McLeod. I mean, he's not that great, but you have a lot of names. Jaron Curse from the Cowboys. It is so yeah, all these guys. You wouldn't want a Wild Wave. You wouldn't want a May reunion. Yeah, he didn't leave off too great with this organization. But if you're asking me, I wouldn't rule it out. Only for the vet minimum. For May, I don't think May would take a vet minimum. Snowball. I'd take Alt Fashana or Fuaga. I'd keep building. Yeah, but AVT, look at him. We're gonna probably pick up his 5th-year option. He'll probably get extended. So why? And let's say we keep him at left tackle, and he basically stays at left tackle. What are those guys gonna? I mean, I guess you could maybe fill him in, but if we're gonna move AVT out to tackle, I'm drafting a playmaker. That's just me, though. Definitely drafting a playmaker. Hope to see another big move on stream. NY Jets superfan, does anyone know the current Jets cap room? Check for you right now. Let's go to over the cap. All right. Oh, why is my over the cap not loading? NY Jets superfan, I'll definitely let you know what our current cap room is when over the cap loads for me. There's probably 8 billion people on over the cap right now. Don't know why it's not loading, but when it loads, definitely keep you posted. I can't imagine it's a lot right now. Can't imagine. It might be. But I can't see that right now. Guys, definitely submit more questions in the chat. Call in to show if you'd like. Pin comment in the chat if you'd like to call in. Love to hear your opinions on the moves from the New York Jets today. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the moves today, which was trading for Morgan Moses. Damien. AVT goes to guard and we are drafting a tackle. Yeah, that's probably the most realistic option. Probably the most realistic, in my opinion. A lot of people are saying, though, that AVT plays tackle. But I definitely agree. Oh, let's see. Over the cap made a movement. All right, here we go. Cap space. Let's see how long this takes to load now. The Jets have $16 million in space right now. $16 million in cap space for the Jets right now. See how much dead money they have. $34 million in dead money. Again, let's see how that stacks up against other teams. Let's see. One of the highest, but then you have teams. Let's see who has. Packers have 46. Bucks have 35. Well, all the Chargers have 39. A lot of teams with veteran quarterbacks that kind of gave them up, like Rodgers, Tom Brady. That can't include all the signings and the Moses trade. I'll pull it up for right now for you, my Jet Superfan. Right here. All right, there we go. It should be on the screen now. There are that's the Jets cap room right here. Look, cap space, 16,600,011. I don't know if it wasn't updated, but that is the Jets' current cap room right now. Anyone see DJ Humphries was released by the Cardinals? He was a $22 million cap hit. Didn't see he was released, actually, if I'm being completely honest. DJ Humphries. I don't see the Jets going after him, but $22 million in cap. Click on the Jets name and it will show all the players. Gotcha. I thought you just wanted to see big screen. Or do you want to get salary for every player? Because I could do that. Let's pull this up. Boom. There we go. So that's like let's see. See if the signings are updated. No, let's see. That's our dead money, but I think it might be updated on just the cap, but it hasn't officially put them on our roster yet. Just because like some of these guys haven't officially signed their contracts yet. Yeah, not all the things were completely updated. Gator. Hey buddy, congrats on that Samini interview. Great stuff. Thank you. Really appreciate it. So yeah, the Samini interview, you guys clearly love Samini, 'cause both my videos with Samini / streams, you guys really liked. Guys really liked it. Let's see. I had 338 going into yesterday, and I have 428 subs right now. So improvement, almost halfway to 1,000. Gator, congrats on the Asman interview. Gator, that was incredible last night. That was hilarious. I was dying. I was literally dying last night. DJ Humphries is a veteran left tackle. Could be had. Wonder what Jets feel about him. Not many left tackles out there. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I could see that. Just hoping we can get some news on stream. Hoping we get some news. $22 million cap hit though. It's a lot of money freed up. But speaking of the cap with us freeing money up, NY Jets Superfan mentioned possibility cutting Mosley. Again, I just don't see the Jets doing that because of the leadership. Don't see the Jets doing that because of the leadership. Like if he wasn't a key leader on this team, wouldn't see him coming to the Jets. I wonder why all the left tackles are still available. NY Jets Superfan, my prediction, I can be very wrong, but my prediction is because there hasn't been like one splash in the tackle market. So like a lot of people like Illuminor was a good get, but that wasn't like a ton of money. But look, for example, Robert Hunt set the guard market was all that money. So then people were eager to go out and get their guard. That's why the guard market's kind of fading. But tackle, I think it just takes one big signing to spark everything. If you really think about it, I think that's literally all it takes. One big signing. That's really it. That's my prediction. I can be very wrong. Can be very wrong. And also, I look at the tackle market, and there are talented names. I mean, Owenu went, who was a top option for the Jets. Owenu went, so that's interesting. One more question. Yo, Connor, if the draft started today, what do you see us doing? I see us drafting Olu Fashanu in the first round, either like a Roman Wilson, probably not Zach Zenter now with the guard signings. 4th round, get a developmental guy and kind of probably some safety, some linebacker help, a little bit of everything I can see. Best player available, in my opinion. Guys, we got our co-host joining the show. So, Gang Green Gossip starts now. Joe, how you doing?
Yo, what's up, Connor? How's it going?
Oh,
Oh, sorry. Can you not hear me? All right, my bad. Let me fix my audio.
I can hear you. I come back up when you fix the audio. Give me a thumbs up if you're good. All right, there we go.
I think I fixed it. Can you hear me a bit
Yeah,
better now? Okay.
yeah, we got you.
All right.
Um,
Thank
so
you.
what are your thoughts on the free agent signing so far?
I think it's been all right. Obviously, someone needs to wake Sleepy Joe up. But he's made some good moves. Joey D. I can't hate him that much, but I want to see the big splash. I mean, I'm glad with Simpson. Great guard. He kind of didn't do well with the Raiders, but kind of got his redemption with the Ravens, and he looks great.
Yeah,
Um, yes. So and then we picked up Tyrod Taylor, who I love Tyrod Taylor.
he's great.
Yeah, solid backup. Did amazing with the Bills. Can compete. So yeah, that was good. And sorry, who's the other one? Kinlaw. Kinlaw. He
I don't
was
like the
solid.
money.
Yeah, we paid him way too much. He had what 3.5 sacks. He's good.
Yeah,
I will say that solid player. Good in our D line rotation, outside linebacker, wherever you want to put him. Um, he's good, but we definitely overpaid him, and we cannot be doing that this free agency, as we're trying to spend either big money on left tackle, wide receiver. Although Ridley's gone, Ridley's off the market, which is pretty sad. But yeah,
yeah. Uh, I talked to Samini about it a little. He didn't see the Jets going after
yeah,
Ridley. He really sees them kind of going in like the Tyler Boyd, Mike Williams direction, and now Mike Williams was actually cut as of a few hours ago. That's
yeah,
definitely a name I think the Jets are gonna pounce on. So yeah, I hope I'm gonna disagree with you there on the Sleepy Joe comment. He was sleepy the first day,
yeah,
but he did make a nice trade today for Morgan Moses, a trade that I personally look at and I was like, great trade. We practically gave up nothing, if you really think about it, for that talent that you're getting in him. I
Sorry.
really, you're good. I really like him, and I'll make a trade like that for someone of his caliber all day, every day. So, good trade by Joe Douglas, but still waiting for that big splash, like you mentioned. Now I don't really see Tyron Smith that we traded for Moses. Don't see that.
Not
I
happening.
think the best chance of a big splash that we really see coming is probably a Mike Williams. I think honestly, which is kind of sad. I think honestly that's the biggest we're gonna get this free agency, just because these names were off the board immediately when free agency started. Like teams legal tampering period actually, when teams kind of just went out and they were like, all right, we'll pick up our guy. So
Yeah,
names
yeah,
names are fine.
yeah. Sorry about the out of pocket Sleepy Joe comment.
Oh no, you're good. I respect everyone's opinion. So anyone who has an opinion like that, I'm sure 90% of the Jets fan base is with you on that. It's just I said the same thing day one of free agency, but he did
Yeah,
make a good trade today. So
Morgan.
I'm gonna give him a break on that. Did want Tyron Smith, did want Kevin Zeitler, kind of got the Walmart version of both of them and John Simpson and Morgan Moses, but they're both solid guys. I mean, Simpson is someone who played for $1 million last year,
It
and
played
someone who,
amazing.
yeah, he played. I wouldn't say amazing. He played
I
all
mean,
right
for his worth, 1 million.
for his
They gave him
money.
a second chance. Yeah, he's
He has
pretty
good film. He's really good film. And then Moses was a guy we had with the Jets for a little. Gave him up, and then we were kicking ourselves because all the success he was having. So interesting to see that he is coming back to the New York Jets. So just hope we can get a signing on stream, Joe.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that big reaction.
Yeah,
Because
hope.
sorry, I didn't stream like a free agency last year, but I was always like swiping up, like just like reloading
Yeah,
everything. I'm like, when's it gonna happen? Obviously we didn't. Obviously the Rogers. I was going nuts about that, but Yeah, I was really frustrated with this free agency. Yeah, I think we could still come back day 3 or maybe even late, I don't know, later tonight, but I think overall, wait, is today day 3? I'm sorry. I have bad sense of time.
Yeah, today is day 3. Today's day
Yeah.
3, night 3. We're on night 3 basically right now.
Yeah, going into this free agency, I was thinking, "Oh, we're getting T Higgins, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're getting Bakhtiari, who although he's still on the board." But none of that really happened. I'm hoping we can make a big splash tonight, and that'd be cool to get on stream. But yeah.
I'm just letting you know. My opinion. That's your opinion about Bakhtiari, but I think Morgan Moses is 10 times better than Bakhtiari personally.
Yeah.
Like I
I
I I know you like Bakhtiari, but I think personally I think Morgan Moses is way better. Age, health, durability, and we could have got Bakhtiari for cheap, but quality for me is Morgan Moses all day. So
right.
so
Yeah.
let's get into the chat. I'll let you go first on this one. Are you guys surprised the Jets haven't restructured CJ Mosley, JFM, DJ Reed, and Conklin?
Yeah, I'm very surprised. Last year we made like a million restructures to get Rogers. And I'm hoping we can make a little bit more restructuring. Some people in chat, or either it was your chat or Matt O'Leary's chat, were saying just cut Mosley in general. Save
Yeah,
what was it, 18 million?
someone. I'll try to find that. That was from. Let's see. Let me go up. It's up there. NY Jet Superfan
Yeah,
put it in right now. Yeah.
yeah.
Here. This is what it was. He said
There we go.
yeah. He thinks Mosley's gonna be cut.
And
So
as much, sorry, I'll let you go. My
no,
bad.
you go.
As much money that saves, Mosley's such a great team player, and not just team player, just player in general. He's been so consistent the past couple years. He's a true leader of this team, and saving 18 mil. I don't know what we're gonna do with that much money. I love having that much money in cap space, but most of the big name players that have signed for 100 million, 180 mil, Kirk Cousins, we still wouldn't have enough money to do that big signing. Um, so I just want to keep Mosley. Yeah, restructure JFM, DJ Reed. I'm surprised we didn't restructure Conklin, to be honest with you. That was my biggest surprise. I thought we would restructure Conklin.
All right, so I'm gonna completely disagree with you there.
All
I
right,
I respect the opinion, good opinion, but I'm gonna completely disagree with you there. I think the only guy they restructure on that list is CJ Mosley, and I'd rather cut him than restructure him. Honestly, at
you
this
want to cut
point,
him? Okay.
no, the 18 million I'd love to save. I'm not gonna say I want to cut him. I want to keep him on this team, but 18 million for a year that he had, I'll take that all day to free up that money. But I'm not restructuring these guys because first, not DJ, Sauce, Brees, Jermaine, and Garrett. Four of those guys are gonna need to be paid in 2 years now, I believe. And Sauce is gonna look for around $30 million a year as a corner, which is crazy. But he's making a case that he's the best corner in football. He's only played 2 seasons in the league. And we're gonna have to take you. Most Jets fans haven't even really noticed this yet, but once Rodgers is done with football, we are in for a wild ride. But I do understand what people are saying. Like I'd rather go all in right now and win a Super Bowl and then go back to sucking. But I
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like I'm not restructuring all those guys, and if I'm restructuring anyone, it's just really Mosley. But
Mosley.
yeah, I agree with what you're saying there. Or cut him and then restructure maybe a JFM. I'd trade JFM for a third rounder.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't want to restructure JFM either. Just get rid of him or trade him. As
Yeah,
much as I think JFM's a solid role player, I don't want to say we don't need him, but he's
he'll get
definitely
you 50
replaceable.
pressures a year.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call him replaceable. I mean, he's a guy. He's going to get you 50 pressures a year. He didn't completely live up to that contract in 2020. At the
yeah, we
time, it was
stunk
a great.
pretty big.
At the time, it was a really solid contract. But the main reason I'm not restructuring any of these guys are we're not going to really make any big splashes. All the big names are practically off the board, and the only really big one left is Tyron Smith, and he's not coming to the Jets after today's
No way.
signing.
Yeah.
I'll let you know that. And then you mentioned that they restructured a ton of guys last year. Last year we were trying to make a play for Rodgers, which we ended up we got
Yeah.
Rodgers. So it's a whole different kind of scenario from last year to now. But next question, Damien. Moses is a good starter, and we are much better today. Now we have him, also a great locker room guy. I agree. I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he was really solid with us. What was it 2020, 2021?
Yeah, something of that range.
Yeah, he was really solid, and we didn't really appreciate that because of how overall, I wouldn't say trash, but yeah, trash. Our O line kind of has been the past couple years, and we kind of just let him go. Um, but he is been consistently solid. Obviously, he's no Trent Williams or
Mm,
Tyrone Smith, but he is for that value that we got him at. What was it? We gave up a fourth round pick.
yeah,
Um,
something like that.
or I can't remember, like two late round picks. I'm completely fine
Yeah,
to give
it,
it
it was
away.
it was it was a bunch of it was some day three picks. It wasn't much.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, a couple of day three picks for a really solid right tackle or left tackle. Sorry. Yeah, I'll take that any day of the week.
Hmm.
Your thoughts?
Totally agree. Moses is a great guy. Love to have him back. I talked about it a little earlier. Love him.
Mhm.
Bryce Bolognini. Bryce B. Need the Jets to go get a receiver like Williams. Hate seeing Wilson by himself without help.
Yeah. Uh, as much as I think Mike Williams is a great wide receiver, I don't want to sign him. To be honest, I don't want to sign Mike Williams.
Who would you take over him?
I'd go to draft. To be honest, I like a late round Brennan Rice, USC. He is
You'd feel confident in a third round pick,
yes.
a day three pick who hasn't proven he could play at an NFL level to back up Garrett Wilson. Mm-mm.
To be honest, yeah, I would. Uh,
Wilson Williams is made of paper.
thank you.
If
Sorry,
you don't like Williams, go out and get Tyler Boyd. If you don't like Tyler Boyd, go out and get Hollywood Brown. Like
I will
there are
agree with you
so
on
many.
Boyd.
Boyd's a good option. A lot of people don't like Williams. He's had one ACL tear, and then now people think he's torn his ACL like 7 times. Um, there are other options. I don't want to. I'm not a fan of OBJ. I think Curtis Samuel will make a good amount of sense for this team. I think there's a chance the Jets go after him. Williams, my number one, honestly. There are but there's some small names out there also. You have some smaller names. I mean, Nick Westbrook, Akini, Jessica. Look, I'm just reading off of the list right now of the guys that are left. It's crazy how many guys have went last few days. You have like a DJ Chark, maybe. I don't see Michael Thomas. He was just released as of late. I don't see the Jets doing that.
Mhm.
NY Jets.
Yeah,
You can find a capable linebacker for 5 million and sign a running back too for like 4 million, safety for 7 million. That solves 3 holes, and we would still have 2 million to play with. Yeah, the NY Jets super fan. I'm gonna agree with you there. That's why I'm not restructuring a ton of guys.
yeah,
I'm curious. I think this is for me. I'm curious why you don't think Tyron Smith is coming because of what happened today. Explain. So first, I don't think Tyron Smith was coming. Period. I don't think the Jets were going to spend that much money on someone his age. I know we're a win now team. Don't get me wrong, win now team, but I didn't think the Jets were going to spend that type of money on someone his age. And I think it hurts that we brought in another tackle, but still think there's a chance. There's still a chance that we go out, we get Tyron Smith, and we draft maybe Bowers, Neighbors, someone like that. And that leads me to the next question. Now that we have solved 2 holes in the offensive line, we draft a weapon at 10, such as Bowers, for example. Not a big fan of tight end at 10, but I can definitely see the Jets going in that direction.
yeah. I'm not a big fan of tight end at 10. We have with the Jets so underutilize our tight ends, and we already have Kuntz, Ruckert, Conklin.
Hmm.
Yeah, we when we had what was his name, Austin Safarian Jenkins. I loved him, but I feel like although we did utilize him pretty well. We didn't use him quite enough.
Yeah,
Rucker, second or third round pick. We haven't used him enough. We got to start bringing our tight ends more into the game. And one thing that I hate about Hackett is how he's not utilizing him. Our tight ends. One thing that I loved about Mike Lafleur, I feel like every play you'd either see, Uzama getting action, whether it's, I don't know. Sorry, what's up? But yeah, I liked Mike Lafleur a lot as offensive coordinator.
yeah, I can agree. Bryce B. Do you think DJ Reed should get extended? Yeah, and I saw this question in the chat earlier. Before I answer this, breaking news in the Jets line. It's not a free agent signing. Not going to get your hopes up, but Thomas Morstead will be on Boy Green's show tomorrow, talking about his extension.
Nice.
Proud to see that. Nice to see that. So, do you think DJ Reed will get extended? I saw this question earlier as Joe was speaking, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull up this tweet that I saw from DJ Reed yesterday. This is the tweet that was kind of floating around yesterday from DJ Reed. Bro, God really be giving me what my heart desires. I got very special news coming soon. A bunch of emojis. Thank you, Jesus. So then, if you look at the comments, they're all hinting towards extension.
Extension.
There's one Niners dude in there, but all hinting towards extensions. It's either that or he's having a child. But I hope we extend him. I definitely think that would be a good move to extend him.
Yeah.
And then LL Rums. What if they get a left tackle from free agency and keep Becton for a cheap 1 year deal to be a depth piece? I think he's trying to say, and then at 10 get a weapon. Don't see him coming back. Don't really see him coming back if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I don't see Becton getting back. And everybody keeps saying weapon at 10. As much as Brock Bowers is like a generational talent, great route running, solid speed at tight end, I don't want to go with him, to be honest. I don't want to go with him that much. And a different weapon, who are we going to get? I'm not sure if Odunze is going to fall to us. So who would we get in that position aside from Bowers? Because who knows? Maybe Bowers could go even earlier. I don't think so. But, if he does, we either got to get Fashanu or, a weapon. But I don't
Yeah,
know. I just don't. I'm assuming this guy was meaning Bowers at 10 as weapon, and I don't like that. But left tackle free agency, I'm not, I don't hate that. But most of the big names are off the board, and I'd rather just get Fashanu. But yeah.
I'd rather take a wide receiver at 10 or trade down. Yeah, at that point I'd probably trade down.
Yeah.
Trade down a little later. Well, if Odunze falls, you got to take him no matter what. In my opinion, if Odunze falls, you got to take him.
Hmm.
Joe Kulik agreed. Think we need to stay away from Bowers. Rather draft Odunze or Brian Thomas. I'm not completely sold on Brian Thomas, and we'd trade down. We're not taking Brian Thomas at 10.
10, yeah.
That's crazy. Bryce B. Are you guys concerned about our safety room? I would like to see Ashton Davis come back, but does not sound like it. Oh, I definitely think Ashton Davis needs to come back. And like I mentioned, you might have joined a little late, but I was naming a bunch of safeties that are available, and I think the Jets will add plenty of depth at safety.
Yeah. Sorry, I think I was a little late. I was eating dinner, I believe. But I'm not really worried. I think Ashton Davis will come back. And as of, Whitehead leaving, I mean, Whitehead
He's a
was
free agent.
solid. Yeah, free agent. Sorry, not gone completely, but Whitehead, unsure of. I think, that's fine because he missed so many tackles. He tried acting as like a linebacker, big hit, but he never made, big tackles. So I'm fine with him leaving. We have Tony Adams. Hopefully we can resign Ashton Davis. And special teams, specialty Justin Hardy. But a little worried, but not, that's not our main concern right now. That's O line and weapons for Rodgers. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree. I said a ton of guys that I think could come in. I think that Whitehead's gone. I think Davis is back. So I
Yeah.
agree. Let's see. Go tackle at 10 and receiver in the third. Very deep receiver class. Yep.
Yeah, that's
Total,
what I was. Sorry,
totally agree with what you're saying. But I disagree with Joe there. I still think we need backup for Brendan Rice.
you don't like okay.
I know I like him. It's just you can't have him be your clear cut guy for two.
Yeah, I was just saying, he's Jerry Rice's son, so the goat son. But yeah,
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Next comment. Our motto should be the same as the instincts, I believe. JD, the GM that never sleeps, let the man do his job. Trade down and use picks 1 and 2 on offensive tackle and wide receiver for pick 4. Mims and Guyton if Waga and Paul aren't available. I agree. I would love to trade back. Fatanu is someone I like. Fatanu is someone I'm a big fan of.
Mhm.
I really like him. Odunze might be the only guy who makes it 10. I really don't see Odunze falling to 10.
I can see it.
Mm, I'm Daniel Jeremiah. I'm going third overall, but I don't see that. I don't see him going 3. But
Oh, Dunze going third?
yeah,
Oh wow.
on Jeremiah's draft, yeah, which was really interesting. Mr. Green Jeans. One argument for Bowers is his ability to be multiple positional. I agree. The way to win the East is spread sets. The use over 12 personnel plays right into the overstacked run stop box slams. Yep, I agree. You could put him at fullback, running back, receiver, tight end. Guy could do it all. He's like a wide receiver. He's like a big wide receiver who
Mhm.
plays tight end, who could literally play any position. And my Jet super fan, I see you're asking, did we resign Justin Hardy? Not that I know of. We did not. I'm sitting here refreshing, and I have not seen anything about Justin Hardy. Let's see. Mr. Green Jeans. I'd prefer tackle for sure and see a world where Alt and or Fashanu were there at 10 jump. If so, I definitely see Fashanu. I think Alt is kind of slim, but I could still possibly seeing Alt there.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with the first statement. Prefer a tackle. I don't as much as I love Bowers. We're not getting him. I don't want to see that. Um, all yeah, I don't think Alt's falling to us. I think Fashanu falls to us though, and we take him. But
Yep,
yeah.
I definitely agree. LL Rums. Would you rather trade up to 8 and get Joe Alt if he falls, or trade back to near the 15 area and get like a you you must have been watching my streams as of late, or you just literally have your brain works the same way as I do. I've said this last few streams. Those are my two plans: trade up 2 slots to get Alt, or trade down and get Fatanu. So I love both your options. What about you, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be mad trading up for Alt at all. He's really great, left tackle, and we need that. I'll do whatever it takes to get Rogers a solid tackle. Yeah, I mean, I can agree.
Mhm.
Also, one quick thing. Yeah, Whitehead re-signed with the Bucks. I just realized that.
Whitehead,
Yeah, 2-year deal with the Bucks 3 hours ago.
Jordan Whitehead,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. If you look at, yeah, I believe so. I mean, the Bucks official page posted that they re-signed him.
Um,
Signed him.
Wow, yes. Oh wow, you were right. Yes, I
Yeah.
just saw Jordan Whitehead to the Bucks. All right, so he's officially off the table now for the Jets,
Mhm.
which is really interesting. Wow,
So
never really.
that past question maybe worries me a bit more. Still not a lot, about losing Whitehead, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree. William, hey Connor, love your channel. Go Jets, go Rogers. Thank you, appreciate the support. Damien, thinking more about it, I think the chances of us trading down and getting a haul of picks are higher and higher as this class is very deep across the board. Yep, I'm with you there. Totally get your draft. Agree with what you're saying.
Hmm.
Bryce B. Cardinals might go after Alt after releasing their offensive tackle. Yeah, they released DJ Humphries earlier today. MY Jet Superfan. I think it was MY Jet Superfan who put it in the chat. They released him. So eight was it? You said $18 million cap hit for them after releasing him. Really interesting. See what they're doing. Oscar the Grouch. I'm not saying I'm happy with that Moses is back with the team, but I thought our standard was higher than this boy. When we could have an option, when we could have option A, we go with option C. What are your thoughts?
Um, I somewhat agree with this. Obviously, we were hoping to get huge name players, but I still love Morgan Moses. Obviously, I feel like if we can get Tyron Smith, I wouldn't be, terribly mad about it because yeah, I still want that big name, but Morgan Moses is completely fine, so I'm going to disagree with that last statement. I love Moses.
Yeah, I like Moses, but I'd go with Tyron Smith.
Mhm.
Can Joe Milton be drafted in the seventh round and see if at quarterback, or work on converting him back to a tight end, or as a wide receiver? Is he if he's that athletic? I don't know about seven. I definitely think 6 or 5. I think he's a solid prospect.
Yeah, he's dropping in stock because of his accuracy issues, but
Yeah,
that's exactly what Josh Allen was. He had crazy accuracy issues, but he really, toned it down in the past couple of years. So I love Milton. In fact, in one of my videos, I think the Jets draft video I made, I said he was going to go seventh round with our last pick. But I believe in that Morgan Moses trade, we traded that away. Did we? Or wait, no. What did we
I
trade away?
it was a fourth and a sixth, I believe.
Okay. So, yeah, I think we still have that pick. And if he falls to that, yeah, I'd love to take Milton.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think Milton's a good option. We're
He,
gonna go to
he kind of
Dame.
looks. Yeah, sorry.
No, you go, you go.
He kind of looks like Anthony Richardson to me because Anthony Richardson at Florida, um, had accuracy issues, interception issues, but when he got to NFL play style, I think he settled in fine. And if we can turn Milton into that, yeah, I'd like that. Sorry, anyway.
Yeah. Um, Damien, I'll let you answer this first, Joe. Who's your favorite Jet of all time?
uh Either Don Maynard or that. I'm gonna be cheeky and say Joe Namath. I know he's not the greatest shed of all time. Well, maybe he is. He didn't have the greatest football career, but he did lead us to our one and only Super Bowl so far. But yeah,
So there, I can't answer that question with one player. I really can't. So many different directions I can go in. Like you mentioned, I can go the historical direction. I can go the Dan Maynard, the Joe Namath kind of direction. The guys I never really got to see play, and who kind of were the only really bright spots for this whole franchise when it comes to winning. If you really think about it, and then I can go to like the way who's guys I've had on the show, former players who I just love and they're really great
yeah,
guys like Marty Lyons, Wesley Walker. Love both those guys. And then obviously you could go the Gastineau direction, the Klecko
uh,
direction.
yeah,
To two of the best players to ever play all time. I see NY Jet Super Fan Curtis Martin is another way to go. Wayne
yeah.
Corbett is another way to go. I have Corbett's jersey over there. So many different directions. Then you can go the current direction, the Garrett Wilson direction, the new direction. I'll give you a top three. Probably go no order. My top three is probably I have to put Wesley Walker and Marty Lyons up there just because of what they've done for me in my show. So those two, and I'm gonna go with Wayne Corbett, small guy, out of Hofstra, undrafted free agent, I believe. No one really had any expectations for him. Kind of came in and was one of the best Jets as of late. Curtis Martin, obviously, very talented name.
Yes,
He's
have his
expect
jersey, man.
Yeah, he was expected to be very good. But I like the guys that aren't expected, like Fitzmagic. I'm not gonna put him in my favorite Jet of all time, but that guy was expected to do nothing, came in
It,
and was probably our best quarterback in the last 15 years. Oscar the Grouch thinks
Bart Scott.
Bart Scott was a beast, and
One thing I will say about Fitzmagic when he was with the Jets in 2015, his real nickname was Fitzception because of all the interceptions he threw. But I still love Fitzmagic. You can't hate on him, even though he was solid, but wasn't the greatest for us.
yeah,
But my top three, oh, sorry.
no, you're
You
good.
want to
Go
move
on.
on? Sorry. But I'm going to go one from each era. We got present. I will say present. I'll do one 80s when we were decent, and then 60s are big
Yeah,
years. Uh, for the 60s, I'm gonna go Namath, obviously. Joe Willie Namath. 80s, I either want to go Al Toon or Gastineau.
I was, Altoon was nasty.
He's the past Garrett Wilson, I would say, but he had
Yeah,
a short career. I feel like
it's
I'll
six
go Gastineau.
concussions.
Yeah,
Gastineau, and
I'll
then
take Gastineau.
what about
And
present
present,
day?
I gotta go Brees. Brees the Beast. Have his
Brees,
jersey signed. I have like 8 rookie cards of him. I got a jersey. I love Brees. But yeah,
Brees the Beast Hall is a legend.
yep. Anyway,
Back to current free agency. It seems clear now that JD has a plan for this roster. I'm not mad about how it's playing out. I'll let you go first.
um, yeah, I think I kind of like what he's doing, but I'm not the biggest fan. I like his kind of like underrated guys under the radar. I'm fine with signing some of those players, but I do want some big names on our team. I want the big splashes to happen. If the rest of the free agency played out like this, small, decent pickups, I wouldn't be terribly mad, but I really want to see a big name come to us this free agency. But yeah.
I see Oscar the Grouch is asking if Moses is the only signing. We traded for Moses, and that was the only move the Jets have made. NY Jets super fan. I think the Jets are going for the Super Bowl this year. Rookie tackles are not what Rogers would like. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I can't disagree. I
Mhm.
definitely agree with what you're saying. Oscar the Grouch, I see in the chat says, no, that was we already went that Oscar the Grouch said Bart Scott. Mr. Green Jeans said Joe Klecko. I like
Yeah, I
that.
love Klecko.
Klecko's great. Let's see. Mr. Green Jeans again. Moses is very durable, like I mentioned, and had a great year in 2023. One of three right tackles that had a 75 plus PFF grade in both pass and run defense. Lane Johnson, Panay Sewell, the other two. So yeah, he's elite. He's elite. I think he's solid. Great addition. I know we talked about it, but give me your final thought, Joe.
For a second, I thought you said he was in year 23. I was like, damn. But I didn't realize he had 75 plus PFF in both pass and run. That is amazing. That really just changed my thought. I thought he was solid player, but now yeah, now I agree with you. He's elite. Great pickup. Didn't cost much. Love the pickup.
Yeah, guys, breaking news on the air. I didn't think he was going to come to the Jets, but Jonah Williams, that they cut DJ Humphries. Jonah Williams is going over and going to play football in Arizona, which is really, really interesting. Oh, that's crazy. Bryce B typed it in the chat the same exact time I got the notification
Wow.
on my phone.
Yeah, I'm looking
So
at my phone right now.
let's go back. William. As a Jets fan since 1969, it's not easy to say who my favorite is. So you were the fan for the good days, as there were many. Namath, Riggins, Maynard, Klecko, Walker, Schuler. Mickey Schuler was incredible. Winston, Ferguson, Martin. Too many to name. LOL. Yeah, Jets have
Yeah.
had a lot of greats, just not in the recent years. Hopefully Garrett Brees and hopefully Brees could be the next Martin. Wilson could
Mhm.
be the next Toon / Walker. Ruckert could be the next Schuler.
Yeah.
Jermaine can do better things than maybe Bryce Huff.
Mhm.
Let's see who else we got. Sauce, like I said, Sauce could be the next Revis. Brees can be the next Martin. All those guys, and Will McDonald can be the next Joe Klecko, Mark Gaston,
Yeah.
Mark Gaston. Oh, hope we
Oh,
can. Hope,
what's by Ferguson? Do you mean DeBrickshaw? I
yeah,
love
he meant
DeBrickshaw.
he meant
I
DeBrickshaw. Yeah,
I love DeBrickshaw Ferguson. Sorry,
yeah, he
I
was
met him
great.
once. He's really cool.
Nice. Jack Olveri. Moses is going to be the right tackle, which probably means we're not taking a right tackle 10 in the draft. It would have to be a day one left tackle, or Joe is going best offensive line player on the board. Yeah, I could see that. Offensive. I don't know why I squeezed that offensive player in there. I agree with you. Jonah, we did that. I'm super confident we are going all the way and winning the Super Bowl. Gotta hope. Gotta hope.
Yeah, I know Jets fans say this every time, but this is our year. Healthy Rodgers, solid. O line is mostly fixed. Still have some holes to fill.
Yeah.
That those first 4 plays, the 3 and out on Buffalo, like what was it, 20-yard Brees run? It was so electric. oh, this is the year, and then tragedy struck. But with Rodgers in there, everything was just electric. Everything felt alive. Yeah, I believe we're going all the way, or at least AFC Championship. But yeah,
I don't know if I'd say at least AFC Championship. Hopefully, and then Bryce B reporting more news. Joe Flacco to the Colts, 1 year deal up to 8.7. I heard there was rumors about him and the Patriots, but I guess that is kind of dead. Hello, Rums. I'm really looking forward to watch Simpson because I feel like I like his play style. Yeah, his film is nice. His film
yeah.
is definitely really nice. And again, I hope Brees and Sauce and Wilson and JJ all come together and let's take a pay cut to stay together.
Dude, I wish. Yeah,
I don't know if those guys are gonna want to take pay cuts
yeah.
at all, but definitely hope so. Guys, I think that'll be it for our show tonight. Joseph, thank you for joining me. That was
Thank you so
episode
much for having
2.
me.
Of course, Gang Green Gossip. Thank you guys for watching. Try to get some more free agency news out in the coming days. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, JETS, Jets,
Jets,
Jets,
Jets, Jets.
Jets.